breakfast. Fair give you some details. Uh, yeah. Ferric also does urge you, as he says, we should probably leave soon. More than likely, they will be out uh, running their, you know,
Patrols.
patrols.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for one set.
Yeah. So yeah, if you had killed some, they're probably going to be
If they
a
notice.
little bit on, yeah, alert. So we should probably get moving.
So, if I remember the map correctly, we were talking about there looked like there was a pass to the west of Grimsby that we could take to the other side to skirt around to get to the other side of Grimsby without having to go through Grimsby to get to the cave on the north end, and then figure out from there we'll watch and plan then. Am I right?
I see where you're talking about. That's kind of really, I see where you're talking about on the map.
Yeah.
That's kind of close to where Grimsby is.
Yeah.
Ferret offers an alternate. He says, we just need to head south a little bit. There's a pass that goes up into the mountains and curves around. I can
Okay.
show
If
you
he
where it
knows a
is.
better route, I'm just
Where
going based on the map.
this is the route that I've been observing them from. I
Okay.
don't think they know about it because the pass entrance is deep within the forest and goes up and around. It'll take us a little bit to get there, but it's our safest route.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense right now is to take the safest route.
All right.
But that's me.
Do I believe him?
You would, wouldn't you?
We've had this.
No, you do not.
No. Insight check.
I use Scorching Ray on Ferret.
Shit.
Oh, no, really, that's what
I disbelieve.
So Ferric gathers his gear, pulls out some cold weather gear from his pack. Says it's going to be cold up there. You should probably dress for it.
Pull out the cold weather gear then.
Yep.
All right.
We did buy some traveler's clothes, so we should be good.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Because it says for all environments, so
Mhm.
I'm assuming it's not just a pair of clothes, it's like several different pairs of clothes.
Still have a little bit of that ogre killer left, just in case.
All right. Anything else you would like to do before you depart the cave? Nope. All right. Ferric heads out and starts heading south
Follow.
Yep.
as you re-enter the forest.
Are we taking the horses with us?
You guys had tied them up, didn't you, at one point?
They're inside the cave.
Inside
In the
the
cave,
cave,
yeah.
right?
I guess the question would be for him is, can we use horses where we're going, or what's the best bet for that?
It will be slow going if you're going to bring your horses. You would have to walk them through the paths.
Do we want to bring them or not?
Most likely not. They'll slow you down in there. And there's lots of dangers and perils. So you're gonna have to decide if you want to tie your horses up somewhere and leave them for an extended period or take them with.
Shit.
Is there places where the horses might not even be able to pass as we go?
Probably means.
They make us a lot easier to spot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot noisier.
No, there are steeper areas that they probably won't be able to. I'm just trying to think of where would we want to leave them. I don't.
Could we bring them into the forest a little ways and see if there's some place to leave them?
If we're okay with on-kegs or the like, possibly devouring them.
Because leaving them here in this cave right next to those little insect things, they'll probably be dead.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'd have to leave enough water and feed for them. Otherwise, not. We could, if we took them out in the woods, we could leave them, let them roam. You know, take off saddles and everything, and just let them roam wild through the forest. You know, that way they're not restrained or tied up or anything like that. But then finding them again
Mhm.
when we get back, although we could probably just steal horses from Grimsby.
Mhm.
I'm tied to my horse, though. I really like Dixie a lot. Dixie likes
Well,
me.
I like Bruno too.
Dixie's gonna be sad.
As they're having this conversation, Joshua's holding Peppermint's head to his head. You know, like horse girl movie style.
Uh-huh. Gives you a little.
Don't suppose anyone can speak horse, can they?
No.
Turn to Ferric.
I can understand what my
Excuse me,
horse
I speak jive.
needs based on how it
I'll
interacts
take
with
it
me,
black.
but I
Take
cannot
my
understand what it says. Big difference.
Do I? No, I do not have animals.
I mean, if we leave the horses here, we can,
Nope.
in my opinion, we can call the horse as good as dead.
We gotta find a safe place to put them.
Mhm.
I mean, leaving them in
Because-
the woods, they'll leave them with food and potentially water. They'd be able to find it on their own. But then they're at the mercy of creatures. So
Mm.
it's
Leaving him inside the cave is just as
leaving them in the cave to me is a guaranteed they're going to be dead,
Yeah.
either from starvation or something.
well. We're going to be leaving them with feed and water anyway.
We
I'm
let
just
them
saying.
loose?
Well, they can graze, you know, grass and whatnot.
What if we just let them loose?
That's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not that I want to do that, but
But you know, get them far enough away into the woods before we head into the mountains.
I like
Strip
that.
them down, you know, so they're not encumbered by pack saddles and all that kind of good stuff,
Mhm.
and then let them go. And if they're there when we get back, they're there when we get back. If not, say la vie.
Mhm.
How long of a trek is this?
How long of a trek is this?
No worries.
Like, what do you mean? How long?
Like,
how many
has Ferric-
hours? How many miles? What are you talking?
Let's go with hours.
Hours? Well, it's to get to the pass, it's probably a mile or two to the south. So that'll take a little bit of time, and then up through the pass. It's going to be to get around day and a half.
Day and a half. Oh, okay. So, take our shot.
we just bring the horses with us until we realize that it's gonna start getting more difficult to read.
I think it's just better to let
Leave
them
in
go
the
now.
woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let them go here, right here now.
Not right here, but you know, deeper into the woods. But eventually, yeah.
It's going to take us longer if we take them deeper into the woods because we're going to have to go just a mile south before we start venturing.
That's what I'm talking about. When we go miles south, before we go into the mountains, we release them because we'll be in the woods.
Mhm.
All right.
It'll take a little longer, but we have at least some semblance of, you know, it'll be all right.
That's what I think that's the best option for the horses.
Yeah.
Sure. And for us.
Mhm.
All right.
Or we could just cook them right now and
No.
Any other horse, I would agree with you, but this is Peppermint.
My
Yeah, peppermint. You named it
Dixie
after a
just became
food.
like a snarling.
Yeah, let's not.
At, over there.
Small mercies.
I grab my horse and I begin walking south.
Same.
Or riding.
Eric's already like 50 feet out in front of you guys. Walking.
Yeah.
You guys can argue. I know what I'm doing with
Yeah.
my horse. What you guys do with your horse, I don't care at this point in time.
I grab my horse and follow TJ.
Yep.
I take Stella out to the woods, ready my spell. Not, I'll follow with the horse.
Suddenly, the smell of, I don't know, bacon.
Horsehair.
Horsehair?
Burnt horsehair.
Bert horsehair?
Yeah.
Bacon.
I don't.
Not quite.
I've never had horse. I don't know. Has anyone here had watchers? Have you ever had horse? Let us know in the comments. And we're kidding.
Clean.
That was it.
Somebody's going to be PO'd over that one.
Yep.
Northward.
The horse controversy.
This will come up in 5 years. I know it.
Says right here.
All right. Yep. So, an hour or so heading through the woods, probably about 2 hours at this point, navigating through the trees. You give me a wisdom check.
Oh shoot!
Oh, right.
Forgot to do that last time that we were in this environment with you.
Wisdom check, huh? Okay. Just go into the box right here.
What
Oh,
is
wait.
it, Ashley?
It was a natural 1.
Oh,
Yep.
it's literally probably about 20 minutes within the forest itself. And Trevor comes to a standstill.
Nobody hears them.
You guys,
Where was he following us?
yeah, where were you following them?
Okay, so you went. TJ went.
Everyone went ahead of me, and I'm just like,
I think I was
Okay.
supposed to go back.
So everybody, give me a perception check.
Oh, this will be funny. Oh, not terrible.
Had to determine how much time passes before you notice.
16.
16,
17.
17,
15.
15,
11.
11.
23. I found myself.
Very young.
You guys carry on for about 10 minutes before you notice that Trevor's not with you.
Joshua, where's Trevor?
It's a damn good question, and I go right back.
You trace your steps back, and there you find Trevor,
Hey,
motionless, horse in hand. Horse is like grazing.
hello. Nope. And I reach my hand back, not enough to do damage, just smack.
Roll an attack.
Oh, okay.
I suppose with advantage, he's not moving.
Thank God, because I was a 2. That was not better. 11.
No.
All right.
Nope.
Woof.
Pull the cork on my water skin and squirt him in the face.
You squirted in the face.
Trevor. I do it again. Okay. To dice hell. Whatever's deeper than
He's just gonna keep rolling.
that's better. 20. Dirty 20.
20.
He says I'm just just whipping at him. And then finally smack. Hey. You still there?
Am I there?
I mean, with him hitting you, I mean, you're there, but this is terrifying for you right now.
Yep.
Trevor. They're not gonna get you. I'm right here.
Just there's shaking,
Yeah.
tremors, micro tremors.
Grab him. You are still here. Okay. Are you still here? Okay.
Yeah.
You're still here. I want you to say it. I am still here.
Still. Fuck, I'm here. Shit, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, no,
I'm here.
you, the
I'm
person.
here.
Trevor, the person, not the woods. We will leave the woods eventually. The only way out is through. Right?
Get me out of here.
Let's go. I'm gonna stay a little closer. So like where I was like 10 feet, I'm like no, like
Sure.
5 feet in front of him.
Yep.
Like our horses are practically face to butt.
Right.
Just wait for one of them to drop an apple.
Oh boy. Which end?
We'll say for the sake of this, you guys are at half movement.
Okay.
So we'll take a little bit longer. As the fears settled in to Trevor.
Wonderful.
A little bit longer than a couple hours now. It takes 3 hours to reach the pass at this point. Slow moving, but you eventually get Trevor out of the woods, near the mountains, heading up. And this would be at the point where if you're going to let your horses go.
Take everything off of him and let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Find, I don't know, some place to hide things I'm not going to take, like saddle blanket, things like that.
Sure.
Things that are, all the things from,
So enough dead fallen leaves and stuff. You can
to
find
hide
the
under,
spot
yeah,
and
find
cover
some
it
place
with
to cover it.
dead brush. Yep, not a problem.
Then everything else in the backpack on the back, and it wasn't horse related paraphernalia. Take with.
I'm gonna take some of my dry jerky and give it a little bit to Peppermint.
Oh,
Remember that taste. Give them no quarter.
I'm having a bonding moment with my horse.
yeah. What's the
Dixie.
bonding moment
And
look
me,
like?
me, me and Dixie are just hugging, and Dixie, and you can tell that Dixie is really sad, but knows the situation because she's a smart horse. So she knows what's up. And I have a tear in my eye,
Yeah.
crying. I have to break the bond, so I'll be sad and downtrodden, but also understanding of the situation. And this is what it is.
Yep.
And then I say one last word. I will see you again one day, Dixie. Whether here on this earth or in the next.
Don't know why.
Either this life or the next one.
Yeah. Trevor?
Oh, go right ahead.
Yeah, I pepped my horse one last time and just let her go free.
All right.
I'm barely here, so
Mhm.
I'm.
Yeah. I mean, the nat one, I was like, oh.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Good.
Catatonic.
I will
I'm helping Trevor with his horse too.
Yeah, same. Helping take the gear off for him.
Hey, Trevor, is there anything I can do to help make this journey easier for you?
Yes.
Understood.
You take the equipment off your horses, you stash it where you think you'll be able to find it, mark your tree or whatever you do. Say your goodbyes. Take your moment to savor this last fleeting few minutes with your horses to say goodbye. And they trot off a little bit into a clearing and just start eating grass.
They're horse. They'll fend for themselves.
Mhm.
Fair turns. Just follow me. And he starts. It's a narrow path that leads up through the mountains.
How narrow?
2 or 3 feet wide.
Yeah, fine.
It's walkable. You only
That's-
need a foot.
You ain't that big. It's not enclosed. It's just a narrow.
It's too narrow.
Look at the sky above, the endless sky.
All right. Well, since Trevor's already kind of losing it, I will cry like a bitch at one point during this wall of cover. And I start going in.
All right. Fair.
Who's leading us right now? Is it
Fair.
Eric's leading us?
Yeah. What's the margin order?
I'm out ahead.
First.
I
I'm
could be in the I could be in the front because my physical fitness will allow me to just keep on rolling.
All right. So
I do not want to be
Zagan up front.
I'll be second.
I'll be third.
TJ, Shava.
I was already wanting to get out of the woods as fast as I could, so
Probably have somebody follow behind Trevor just to make sure.
I'm behind Trevor because I didn't want to go through here.
Yeah. So just in case he stops again, we
Actually, I'll take up the rear to make sure we don't lose
There you
anybody.
go.
I'll also have my bow out.
So Zagan, Shava,
Mhm.
Trevor, Joshua, TJ.
This is entrapment.
and I'm just making small talk with Ferric. Nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
take an arrow and
Just
poke him in the
Getting to
rib
know
every now and again. Keep going.
Stop.
as we go, I'm
You're
just
not.
getting to know him as a person, who he is, and
Sure.
asking him about family, friends, what his life was like growing up, that type of stuff.
He doesn't offer much. He's pretty quiet. He asks you to keep it down. You know, there are goblins around.
this is a stealth mission.
Understood.
Yeah. So there'll be time for this later. This is, yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Gotta stay quiet.
Patrols are all around. This is a very dangerous area. We need to be quiet. So, yeah. So up into the mountains, you start trudging.
Do I hear anything?
And you hear the wind blowing. I mean, it's not so much the rain is falling anymore at this point, but the wind as you move up into the mountains, the wind picks up as you're out of the the shelter of the trees and stuff. So, yep, you're a little bit more exposed. Fair being a gnome is short, so he's able to blend in and hide within the rocks and whatnot up here. So
See a rock gnome?
he's a forest gnome.
Okay.
So a few hours go by. And it's just trudging this path, and it winds. Sometimes you have to climb up over boulders and gain the path again, climb down some boulders. But eventually you make your way around to where you've passed the cave that you stayed at in the night before, and have now seen the cave that was farther north, is pretty much right below you at this point, and you can get from your vantage point, being up in the mountains, you get a good visual of Grimsby and what it looks like today. And
What does it look like today?
I will get to that.
Oh, excuse me.
That's all right.
Patience?
Yes.
Not familiar with that vision.
From where you are positioned in the mountains, the structures still stand, somewhat condemned in visual, right? I mean, it's been, 100 plus years since anybody has been to this town. Vegetation has overtaken most of it. But you do see a lot of movement down in the town.
Any new construction?
No new construction. It's all old buildings. Or what would be new construction? Not really, is more just massive tents sprawled out among the condemned buildings. So the way it is laid out, on the west side of the town, there's a road that comes in from the north. Surrounding this road, several tents. It turns to the east and then forks where it heads south and continues to head east. And this is where more of the ruined buildings of Grimsby are. Whether it had been a saloon or a hotel or, a constable's office. It's hard to tell what these buildings were or are now. But there are still several that are standing. And it's not so much a grid, but like the road heads south and then tends to head east again. So you have parallel roads that are heading east, and there's buildings within those. There's a section that is just an encampment of tents. Beyond that, looks to be what remains of the old stables, which looks to be converted into a training, fighting arena camp type practice area. And then beyond that is the road that leads towards Blackstone to the south and then heads north, also around the mountains into the Whispering Glade around. There are several buildings around those roads, also encamped with tents. Basically, every road that leads into Grimsby is encircled with tents and goblins, and they are everywhere. There's a mass horde of goblins here. And from where you are positioned in the mountains, they look like little ants just moving around.
Sorry, knowing how ants move and how many can fit into a single anthill, that's just
It's horrifying.
Ferric says we need to keep moving. If we stay here, it's a good chance they could spot us.
Moving on we go.
Moving on you go. And you watch as you're continuing around this path through the mountains, looking down on the town of Grimsby, and it's just unsettling the number that you're looking at. I mean, you thought a goblin horde, this is a massive horde that is here. They are entrenched, and most of the roads leading into it are blocked with spikes and barbed woods and spikes and whatnot. They are fortified at this point. And so Ferric leads you.
Fire.
How's it?
And that's the end of our campaign.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
I would like to cast fireball.
And Ferric continues to lead you through the pass. Says, he points out, a few spots that he sat and, observed from, time to time. And just, he points out the building that they've pulled your father out from. It's a building more in the middle of the town, so says that's at least from what I know, he was there. I don't know if he's there now, but we'll keep an eye out to see what happens.
Right.
And so he turns to you. It's what how far do we want to go? What's the idea here?
I want to get all the way north to the north side of the cave
Gotcha.
that they've been taking his father to.
All right. This is going to be a little tricky because this pass does not lead around Grisby. It goes down into the Whispering Glade, and then we'll have to come around the mountains.
So does it stay next to the mountains?
It does.
Okay.
But so like the mountains, Grimsby's here, the mountain range kind of runs like this.
Yeah.
You guys will have to, you're circling up kind of where Grimsby is here,
Yeah.
and then it cuts over and heads down the west side of the mountains.
Right.
Down into the Whispering Glade, and from there
How-
you'll just have to circle around the
How
last
far
little
into the
bit.
glade?
About you'll be about 5 to 10 miles that you'll have to travel through the glade to get around.
But is it going to be like in the glade or on the
It's
edge?
literally the glade runs up against the mountains
Well-
on the west side.
Okay.
So we can stick. That's probably the safest way, more than likely. Maybe, I don't know.
There's stories about the Whispering Glade, so it's probably going to be 601, half a dozen. As long as we can stay as close to the mountains as we can, so we're not drifting deep into the Whispering Woods.
What's the rumors about the Whispering Glade? People go in, people don't come out.
Or something to that effect. I forget. I remember asking this question a long time ago. I don't know if I have.
You have heard stories, many childhood fairy tales of what lurks within the glade, horror stories. You've heard of people that have traveled there and have never returned.
Well, I'll take a rumor over 200 goblins that are certified to beat us down.
I was gonna say, do we have any other options besides that?
Getting beat down by 200 goblins.
Okay, besides, so we got, is there a third
Whispering.
option?
No.
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 Together.
Horse
That's
meat
not that
options.
Is there a third?
Well, there is a third option. We say fuck it and go home.
And we basically just cast away our badges.
Well, we've already done that.
Well, I mean, fully. There's
Yep.
there won't be any.
No, I won't.
Redemption.
Redemption, yeah.
If the third option is to say screw it and go home, I ain't going home.
Hmm.
I won't be going back to Blackstone.
I'm not going back empty-handed.
So I guess we're just gonna continue on and
We'll take our chances.
Take our
skirting
chances
through
in the
the
Whispering Glades.
Glade.
do we notice any other path? Do we notice like
Insight check,
paths
Barrick.
any like uncharted paths that we might be able to take that maybe Ferric doesn't know about? Do we notice anything?
Now, Ferric has been up in this region for
Months.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
If
he
there
would
were
know.
odd options, he would have
He
found
would
it.
know.
He's been up there
the
for-
only option. Yep. So much like the pass that leads down into the woods, how it leads right to the woods, that's the same way it leads down into the Whispering Glade on the other side.
And this going again is leading us to hopefully in the end we're trying to get to White Wolf or at least
Well,
survey him.
the idea is, and if anybody's got a better idea, I'm fine with that. The only thing I can come up with is we sneak around so we can get to the cave where they've been taking Joshua's father. Scope it out. Hopefully, find a day where there's a small group,
Mm.
escorting him and rescue his father. And if we take out White Wolf at that time, we take out White Wolf at that time. If we don't, we don't. But I don't see anything else to do at this point in time. I'm not going to walk in straight into Grimsby and get my ass handed to me by 200 goblins, probably.
Mhm.
I could probably take out a few, but
No, we're
not
not living. We're not living through that.
No.
because there's no walking in and taking his father that way. So we got to kind of be a
And-
little strategic in my mind.
Mhm.
And
Since we know from Ferric that he's been taken to the cave almost on a regular basis, it's just a matter of waiting, watching, planning, and setting our ambush correctly.
Mhm.
Mm.
Now, if anybody's got a better idea, I'm all ears.
Seems
Yeah,
like,
literally.
seems like the best idea we can go with for now.
it possibly, but it would involve Marcus, a good chunk of horse meat, and
You are
possibly
stuck on this horse.
what?
Are you hungry?
Not really. No, it's
What's the
more.
horse meat for?
Trust me, it would be very important, and we would need Marcus to sell it. But that's besides the point. He's not here, and looking around, we're not the best at socializing.
Which is why I want to go with his plan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's
Funny,
fair?
the rogue's in charge.
Is Ferric is Ferric leading us
On a
through
short
the Green
leash.
Glades?
What?
Is Ferric gonna lead us still if we go with this plan?
Says once we're in the glades, I mean, I could show you, how to get back around the mountains, but I mean, there are horrors in there. So,
Have you seen him?
yeah,
Recently,
yeah.
Are they tasty?
No.
Oh, damn.
So the rumors are actually true?
You'll see.
We will. Do you mind leading us there?
Mhm.
We'll take care of the rest.
Let's go.
Mhm.
We lead you on. A few more hours passes. It's past midday at this point, at which it begins to start snowing as you are in higher elevation, making the
it is
path
fall, so
a little bit treacherous, but again, just slower movement through it. Couple hours pass as you're climbing again through the pass and the boulders, and you eventually start descending.
descending.
Switchbacks, you go down a little bit, then it turns and it backs and goes for a little bit. And as you are coming down the west side of the mountains, you see just this haze that covers this dead forest. Just from the fog, you just see tree branches poking through dead. And just covers. That's all you see for miles. Just this layer of fog and these what look to be like spindly fingertips poking through.
Beetlewoods. Just thinking of a book.
Yeah.
Similar description of a
Yeah.
forest that was ravaged by a type of beetle. I can't remember the type.
Huh.
I won't go any further than that because it gets interesting.
How dry is the wood here? How dry would you say that? Would you say the wood in the forest is?
It's architect.
Are you gonna start the forest on fire?
I was gonna say, do you say this out loud or are you asking? Is the DM?
I'm asking this straight to the DM,
Okay, so we didn't
just
do this loud.
You
because.
cannot tell from where you are at.
All right, I'd just like to clock that as we're
Sure.
going along.
We'll keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Sorry. Oh, good. I kind of have a like a spine tingly type feeling, like there's like some evil or some like just I'm like wondering what's
Do
gonna
ya?
happen. And so my spine is like, you know, when you get scared and your
Your hair
senses go.
standing
Yeah.
on the back
I
of
can't,
your
I'm
neck.
not quite like at the full level of that, but there's like
Yeah.
I have a heightened,
Spidey senses tingling.
like a heightened spidey sensation going
Oh,
on.
that if that's what we're talking about now,
Paladin?
if that's what we're talking about, you know, Joshua
Because
kind
if
of has
there's
this.
supernatural things, I'm a little bit nervous about the supernatural
You're
stuff.
saying nervous. Josh was kind of excited, like anxiously excited. He's like, "Oh, this is gonna hurt, but man, it's gonna be fun."
Like I can handle fighting, you know, any physical things, but the supernatural stuff, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm getting tired of goblins and bugbears.
Hmm.
The bugs were a fun twist. But...
Trevor just starts playing that song that Marcus would sing every so often. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn.
Another hour passes as you're on the tail end of the trail leading down into the Whispering Glade. As you pass down below
The
the
canopy?
haze, the fog that covers this, it's still dense fog. But as you reach the floor of the Whispering Glade, you realize it's a marsh.
Hmm.
It's wet.
Mm,
It's damp.
Hmm.
That's what I was going to ask.
good to know.
If it was the fog was a wet fog or a dry fog.
It's good to know for me, mainly because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to trap us in a fire. That's player
Anyone ever
knowledge.
been in a marsh before? Have you all been in marshes before?
Mm-mm.
Are there
Closest we
marshes
came-
around Blackstone?
This is the closest one.
Okay, then nope.
Closest we came was that really big
So
forest.
I'm just thinking there could be, I don't know for sure, but just walking along, like I don't want to like, I don't know how deep some of these water, like if it's marshy like this,
Oh, that's what you're worried about?
I don't know how deep this is, or if there's little grabby thingies in here that might grab us.
Grabby.
I don't know what
Grab.
you would call them.
Yes, crap.
Grabby thingies.
No, crap. No, I don't like not being able to see my feet.
Yeah.
I'm taking my my longsword and just start poking the bottom as I'm going, like where I'm.
Well, I'm
not-
assuming we're still on a path, right?
So the path is led down into the swamp now. So
Right.
you've left the path. You're
Oh.
literally in marshland right now. It's damp, soggy.
Is Ferric still
Yes,
leading us? You know where to go, Ferric? You know where to lead us?
I do.
I assume.
I do.
Do I like hear anything through my surroundings? Like any like noises in the area?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Would this count as a forest?
I'll say it's more of a marsh than a forest.
Okay.
22.
So,
Okay.
I mean, there's still trees. It's dense fog though, so
22.
22. You hear several things. At which point Ferrex says, he silences you all. Don't move. At that point he goes. And then when you look out, you can see the faintest bit of a shadow moving in the fog. You can just see it. It just kind of staggers and kind of rambles its way. You don't really catch any sort of form, just a shadow in itself.
In terms of direction, is it going closer or is it moving away? Is it?
So it's kind of moving parallel to where you are, so it's heading the direction that you want to go, though.
Oh, okay.
Are
But-
we moving or are we stopped?
He's stopped.
He stops, I stop.
Yeah.
He stops, I stop.
How big are we thinking? Just based off of perspective.
Uh, give me a general perception check.
Sweetness. 16.
16. Given the, I would say, dim light in here, it's difficult to tell, but you would surmise or assume standard humanoid form, but what it is, you don't have any idea. Farrah turns to you and goes,
How does my dark vision, how does that work in this fog?
"Oh, it's not really dark, so your dark vision really doesn't have any effect because
Okay.
it's still,
Light out.
yeah.
Still
And then I very quietly and
Yeah.
slowly just get my longbow out and kind of in the ready, just in case.
And he whispers to you, "This place is filled with undead."
Talking like standard a humanoid undead, or are there others of more limbed or quadrupedal?
You could talk as normal though, but
Yeah, I know.
we'll just consider it whispering just
Sure.
for the microphone's sake.
Tell me, how does this sound? It sounds really good. This is not an ASMR video. Tell me why.
He
Pretty sure
he
I
conveys to you that anything that was ever living that has come here is now part of this glade. And any manner of creature succumbs to the whispering glade. So be on guard, be on high alert. And when I tell you to be quiet, you be quiet.
All right.
And he waits for a little bit as you watch the shadow kind of dissipate into the fog and you can't see it anymore, at which point he slowly starts making his way along, staying as close to the mountain range as he can.
Mhm.
And just so everybody give me a stealth check.
Oh boy.
Can I just fail now?
I was gonna say yeah. Same. Nope. Nope. All right. It's been nice.
Oh,
Oh shit.
$14.
14.
I had a nat 20,
But
disadvantage because of my armor. So 9.
right, so 14,
Mm-hmm.
9,
Got a 12.
12.
7.
Holy shit.
19.
Jesus. All right. 14,
Mm-hmm.
7,
9.
9.
12.
12. Trying to get an average here. Hold on. 14, 9. Oh, what do you have?
12, 7, 16.
No, 19.
19, excuse me.
I'm skewing the average.
Right, yep.
Just slightly.
Enough.
Yeah.
Hopefully enough.
15, so what is that?
Sorry for bringing down the average.
Hold on. Quick maths.
What is that?
14.
13-ish, somewhere in there. 7 to 19. Let's see. Give me one moment.
It's times like these.
Joshua, what'd you have again?
12.
7.
And it's times like these that you have to wonder, what kind of things does the DM dream when he thinks of a marshland?
The entire undead section of the new monster manual.
Which, by the way, we do have our own PHB that we're offering for anyone who happens to be of our subscribers. But
Once we hit 50.
that's only if we hit 50.
Once we hit 50, one lucky subscriber will get a free player's handbook.
Yes.
So give us a follow.
Just to be sure, 50 followers.
Like and subscribe.
You
You can tell how often I like to say that word, a phrase.
But like and subscribe?
Yeah. It's just so overdone.
It's a little bit
Every
funny.
frickin' YouTuber I watch. I get it, but
It's bread and butter, but
are you okay?
I'm alive.
That's questionable.
Look, I'm not chewing on anyone's arm or carrying around a
I get it anyways.
Right
Well,
now,
I
right
got
now
that
we're
better look.
right now we're between a rock and a glade, so we have plenty of open space.
Now we're between a rock and The Walking Dead.
Speaking of which, have you all ever heard of like marsh zombies? They are fascinating. They are truly fascinating.
Honestly, first thing that pops into my head is hillbilly zombies.
Well, I will tell you. I will talk about it off camera to give DM off-screen ideas for horrible creatures.
I don't think the DM needs any ideas right now.
This has plenty of them.
Yeah.
I mean, how different could the 2024 and the 2014 Monster Manual be?
You would be surprised. Seriously.
Saving throw.
I'm being facetious.
Just checking.
Mhm.
Everything they did to the player's handbook, they did to the monster manual.
Yep. We got to keep it balanced.
Yep. And
Let's
they
see.
everything I've been reading says they did a pretty good job.
Plus your proficiency. Oh, that's a 5.
See that?
What's up?
You all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready to dive back in?
Let's go.
I think you should ready to die.
I did too. I'm like, you know what? Today's the day, isn't it?
It's all up to you at this point. As Ferric turns to you all, as you start moving through, Joshua's over there tromping through, making just a Trevor's not far behind. At which point, Ferric turns to all of you and like, what the fuck?
I'm standing in the back going,
And I look and go, Zagan's even worse than me, okay? Come on.
At which
My feet
point
getting
he
stuck.
goes, he turns to everybody and says, run! Then he fucking takes off.
Oh, I
looking.
bolt. I bolt right behind
Right
him.
He's a
behind
gnome,
him.
so
Yeah, no, I'm bolting right behind
Mr.
him.
25 feet per movement. Yeah, but he's a ranger, so that means he's probably got
a little bit of a.
I'm booking.
Joshua, just pick him up as we go.
Booking at 30.
He's faster than me. He's like 30 feet ahead.
faster than most of us.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm ahead of the pack. Just
well, for me, it's dash, 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 dash.
At which point,
Yep.
about, we'll say, what you can perceive right now through the shadows headed towards you, probably about 20 zombies.
Nope.
And that's why Ferric has said run. So, we're going to
Dash,
see
dash,
how
dash,
movement
dash.
goes in this.
Dash, dash, dash,
You
dash.
can outrun them.
Dash, 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 dash.
I already had my, well, because we're running, would I still have my longbow out or would I have put it away to run faster?
Well, I'm still holding on to my bow, but I'm carrying a short bow though.
Yeah.
You can run and hold it. You just can't have it like, you can't hold it like this and run, but you can have like one hand and
Because I'm,
doing this.
Yeah.
the reason I'm asking is because I much prefer to have my great sword instead of
Yeah, just
in the
run.
situation.
You guys are having a conversation as you're running. Should I get
Well,
up and get up my great sword? Just run. How about my
Shut up and
run.
Pick weapons later.
Less talking, more running.
Yeah.
Literally.
Ow.
All right.
Use that excess air to pump.
Right.
You run. Everybody give me a perception check.
Up.
17.
17.
21.
21.
18.
18.
9.
It happens.
19.
Yeah.
19. Sean is still, or Zagon is still trying to determine if he gets out his greatsword or not. But you realize that your movement, given the terrain, you are gaining distance. But you also notice that 4 more have joined the hunt as you keep running.
Keep moving it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Run dash dash, run dash dash, run dash dash.
Yeah.
Move dash dash, move dash dash,
Yeah.
move dash dash.
As TJ, because Rogue Danigans is now in another county.
Damn straight.
And as you continue to run, you continue to elude, but as you're making noise running, more are drawn to your attention. You continue to outpace them because zombies are slower than you.
Yep.
Apparently, you know this by now as you're outrunning them.
Not slow enough that I'm not running.
It's not the-
And let's see, how can you guys keep up a fast pace like that? You got about 10 miles to go.
There's got to be somewhere we can hide.
Me and Joshua got the endurance and fitness to go make it.
I was like,
I had
yeah.
a decent con, so not too worried about that. All right, here now. Then I put stealth in.
About a half hour goes by of you guys just
Which,
chugging it.
may I ask which direction we ran, or do we not know?
You were heading. Well, give me I mean, considering where you came down from the mountains,
I'm assuming Ferric took off running in the right direction.
he took off running in the right direction. Give me a survival check if you could even understand where you are right now.
I'm rolling back. Rolling back. It's gonna be a 5. I didn't know that.
He's still determining if you're going to get your sword out. I mean, a 5. Given the weather, given the environment, given the fog, the haze, whatever, it's hard to determine what direction you're moving. But you know the mountains are on your right, and the mountains head north, so you got to be headed to the right direction. Somewhat.
Got it.
So Ferret continues to run and eventually slows his pace as he realizes the threat has now been eluded. He comes to a stop to gain his breath because you guys have been running for quite a bit. It's going to take a little bit. Catch his breath.
So, the entire Everglade? The entire glade?
They are probably the easiest of what's out there to kill.
Oh my God.
Far more dangerous things lurk.
Oh
within the glade.
Are they attracted to fire by chance? Do you know, Ferric?
I
If
would
Read-
imagine they are attracted to anything that gazes their attention. So please do not light any fire.
okay.
Damn, I was gonna burn the woods down.
I was just thinking if we run out of water
It's
and
large.
we start a fire to boil the marsh water so we can drink it. But if we are gonna attract
Mm-mm.
attention,
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I've heard. Well, never mind. Scratch that. I haven't heard anything. Scratch that.
Let's focus
Got it.
more on getting out of the glade rather than finding a campsite right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. We continued. Ferric continues to head northwest or northeast. Sorry, my bad.
So northwest. Wait a minute.
Leads you straight into the glade
Because he's really went down.
and then disappears.
Oh. Oh.
No.
He continues along the range. Everybody give me a stealth check again here. As you continue to try to be quiet, moving through here. I love it.
All right, we might as well just fight.
Hilarious. Shava,
15.
15
With disadvantage,
with disadvantage.
double 17s.
Congratulations.
That-
and that's
I-
pretty
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I do.
Joshua. Holy smokes.
I brought the average down by a lot.
We'll get back to you here in a second.
13.
13.
9.
No.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Topsy.
You're a rogue of all people.
This is what happens when you roll a 2.
I also rolled a 2.
That's great.
I am disappointed in both of you.
My foot keeps getting stuck. Damn it.
It happens.
Shit happens.
21 for Ferric.
I would hope so.
Continues to.
Sorry. Joshua. Just keep getting stuck. I'm sorry if we're going to be the end of your life. I apologize right now.
You won't be the end of my life. Nothing seems to be attracted to the sounds that you do make. Continue on for several hours, moving north around the mountain range. At which point, the mountains tend to taper down as you come around the north side of the range of the Ember Mountains. The fog dissipates. As you turn behind you, you still see the dense fog as you emerge from it. And you are now on the north side of Grimsby. Barrett turns to you. He says, I've not been on this side this far north, so we'll have to search around a little bit to see if we can't maybe find a advantage point to whatever you guys are trying to accomplish here.
What does the mountain range look from this point?
What do you mean? What is it?
Well, we're on the north side.
Yep.
Is if I'm looking up now at the eastern side of it, the
Mhm.
north,
Yep.
are there any, do I see anything like alcoves or places that we could, get to that would be an elevated position
Yeah.
to
Sure.
type scenario?
Give me a survival check.
Probably not gonna work very well.
Survival. That'd be a 6.
6.
I'm not the survival type.
Yeah. I mean, you look around and it just looks like a mountain range. Mountains aren't. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
mountains aren't my thing,
Yeah.
but I'm asking the question of our two rangers. Is there? I mean, how? I guess the one question is how far to the cave on the north side of Grimsby from
Right.
where we're at. And two, can we see? I'm just looking up at a mountain range. Is there any outcroppings or something
Right.
that we could use as a camp spot / observation area?
Survival?
11.
11.
Boy, she did better than I did.
Or actually
I'll do the
13,
same.
sorry.
That's right. Is that okay?
Actually, I mean, we've already had a couple people. I mean, if you want to roll,
Oh, I don't need to do
I
that.
could, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good.
And the Ferric is gotten the highest score so far with an 18.
It's my 15.
So Ferric turns to you, Shava.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go scout.
Okay.
Stay here.
Okay.
We'll be
Okay.
back.
One quick question. Have you ever seen the undead leave the fog?
The glade is where they stay.
Okay.
That's disappointing. We could have really used an undead army against these guys.
We one necromancer? Do you have death domain here?
I'm just thinking, we just have someone be the bait, have
To
them.
stay ahead of them and lure
Yeah,
the giant
exactly.
Actually, not a bad plan, but
Thank you.
that's that's not how the glade works.
Darn.
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, we just get the fog to move into Grimsby.
We could get the goblins to chase us into the glade.
That's a possibility.
Oh no, they might run faster than the zombies. True.
Mm-hmm.
Not if we clip
They
them.
might catch you.
I have fog cloud.
Let's make a giant cloud bridge.
Just saying, I don't know if it's gonna matter. But
So Ferric and Shava go scout.
Yep.
So Ferric just understands that you guys just want a vantage point to see from the mouth of the mine
yeah.
if you can just get at least a observation location.
That's the start. I mean,
That's kind of the
I
start.
mean, I want it someplace where we can see things, probably start planning and get an idea of what patrol patterns are, what, how many are coming and going.
Yep.
I mean, if we're going to try and rescue his father, we got to have an idea of how many are coming, going, how many are in the mine, how many, and wait for that. Oh, there's only 6 of them escorting his father, and that would be when we'd make our attack. Type scenario.
Gotcha.
I want to.
So Ferric and Shava are gone for an hour or two. They return, and you guys have discovered a location up into the hills that gives you a pretty good vantage point to observe the mine. It's you won't be able to see the mine entrance as you'll be up behind it, but you'll be able to see at least traffic coming in and out.
Right.
All
That's
right,
about as basically as you're gonna get here.
Mm.
So Shava and Ferric lead you guys to this location up on a ridge. As the snow continues to fall.
It's still snowing even though we're out of the mountains now?
Well, you've gone back into the.
Well, I wasn't talking 1,000 feet up.
No, I know, but it's still snowing. Yeah.
Talking,
Yeah,
We're
I
in
mean,
late
even
autumn.
when you were on the path, you weren't I mean, you were at a higher elevation, but it's that time of year where it's cool enough with the rain and everything that it's now turning to flurries.
Okay.
At which point you hunker down on your perch top location
Mm-hmm.
to observe the mine. And at this point, it's probably
How far above the mine are we?
150 feet.
Okay. Is this
And it's a location that's kind of in a little bit of a dip, so it gives you a little bit of cover from being seen if you're peering over the edge.
okay?
So it provides a little bit of
Right.
obscured.
We could camp up here, but
hiding, we
it'd have to
could.
be a cold camp again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At which point it is later, and it's getting towards evening time at this point, as you spent most of the day
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
traveling. At which point, doesn't seem to be any movement in or out of the cave at this time.
And how dark is it right now?
Sun's getting kind of low.
So it's behind the mountain. Or no. Yeah.
To be covered, to be going down the ocean. Or wait, no,
No, it'll be
the
behind
other
the
side of
mountain.
the, yep,
Be behind the mountain. West.
behind the mountain. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I suppose I don't know. This world it could go down in the east.
No,
That's God's. That's God's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I was like, which way am I going here? Yeah,
Yeah.
now it goes down to the west.
Goes down west. Okay.
But it's hard to tell since it's already gray, cloudy anyways, where the sun is even at.
Right.
So
Well, I'm just wondering, is it getting dark enough that
it is getting dark enough at this point.
that does it look like there's any illumination emanating from the cave entrance? Like there's lanterns and lights and whatever inside the cave that have it all lit up.
From this point, what's your passive perception? We'll go with this.
15.
15. You glean a faint bit, maybe torchlight, maybe a lantern. The mouth of the cave is, in front of you, so you
Right.
can't see it.
Well, it was
But
the front.
faint,
Yeah.
faint.
Might need to get darker to be able to see it more.
Mm-hmm.
But because if they've got lanterns running, that's possible. That means there's people in there working all the time. Yeah, I guess that's.
So we're just kind of
Camping out.
camping out
Mm-hmm.
I
quietly.
want to wait till later in the night, and then I want to sneak down to the cave entrance.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Hmm.
Is anybody else doing anything?
Do you say that out loud?
No,
All right. I'm gonna hunker down.
Hunker down. Joshua grabs a spot on the ground.
Yep.
I'm gonna take first watch.
First watch.
I think I'm just gonna get ready to go into a 4-hour trance.
4-hour trance.
Hmm.
Shaba.
I'm just gonna hunker down.
Hunker down next to Joshua.
Yeah.
As Farrah keeps an eye out on watch with Trevor. Zagon goes into his trance. It's gotten dark enough now. Trevor and Farrick are still awake, as the three others have gone to sleep.
I've still been watching.
Yeah.
I'm looking for movements, both.
As the
How-
sky grows darker, the light gets brighter. So as it gets darker, you can tell that there is torchlight emanating from the cave.
Gotcha.
Whether there is anybody there, but it is illuminated. You can tell plain as day now that
How far north of the city are we? Can we see the city from where we're at?
Let's see. Uh, it's roughly 35, 40 miles south.
Oh, so it's a good distance.
Yeah. Are you talking Grimsby or are you
Right.
talking? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking Blackstone.
No.
Grimsby is probably about 5-ish miles.
Okay, still a good distance. Okay,
Right. But from where you are at, you can tell it's well lit.
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna sneak down next to the cave entrance.
All right, give me a stealth check as you move down the rocks.
And you're not notifying us.
Nope.
Okay.
Fuck.
9.
You, as you two are on watch.
Playing 20 questions. I'm okay, Varric. I'm thinking of a creature.
Is it bad?
No, but it does have wings like that.
You guys go on. You, you catch out of the corner of your eye some movement as you see TJ head down the pass.
Hey there, buddy.
What?
Going to find a bush?
No, I'm gonna go look in the cave.
I hope you're planning on being a little bit more stealthy.
Gonna try.
Do you think it would be better just to wait up here? I mean, we don't even know this area that well. Even Varric here has said that he's not familiar with the routine around here.
Just going down to take a look.
Just warning you, this might be one of those situations that we end up having to rescue you.
Probably not.
Well, you're a grown man. I'm sure you can make your own decisions. And I cast command sleep.
Oh, shit. Seriously? All right. Well, is it a saving throw? What is it?
Yeah, I
How
believe
does,
it's
how does command work? Can you read it to us?
Okay. Um, it is a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
9.
Oh,
That fails.
and so you say,
Sleep.
and how do you fall asleep?
Probably right where I'm crouching as I was trying to sneak down the face and hopefully don't fall down the mountain and wake everybody up.
Catch him.
Because somebody wasn't smart enough to think that through.
So Trevor has put TJ to sleep.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Farrick runs over to assist and moving TJ back to the campsite,
Right.
so to speak.
I'll-
As,
I'll carry his legs.
Sorry, TJ. That wasn't bad for you, buddy. You carry his
How
legs.
long
Yeah.
am I?
Farrick's like, Why can't I get the leg when you carry the top half, man? It's the his
Oh,
part.
Fine, okay. Be a big baby, why don't you?
No.
This is this is Trevor's big brother mentality going.
Yeah.
This
Oh yeah.
I hate to be
Okay,
a
so-
denier. This is
How long does this command last?
I mean it only lasts a round.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's a power nap. I'm back up.
Well, it depends. I get another save.
You keep saving every.
No, it's if I fail the second
Oh, you get a
save,
second save, and if you fail
Hold on,
it, then you're out.
I'm pretty sure it only lasts a single round. That's what the spell says.
no, it lasts around unless you fail the second save.
Oh, they changed it?
Yeah, they changed.
They changed it, huh?
I know there's a number of them that are like that where
Yeah.
they changed it.
'Cause it
where
used
you
to be
get
just-
2 saves. Like with your sleep, it was
Yeah.
2 saves.
No, the previous sleep it was just a set of dice.
Yeah.
Not-
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then it became a save.
Yeah, it's instantaneous. It says here.
So, command sleep, not sleep sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
I just, for Trevor, it's more along the lines of we're going to force a sleep, and hopefully your body will just naturally want to go to sleep.
Look it up real quick here.
Command drop. Wait a minute. There is no sleep on command.
Well, from what I remember, it was just, I mean, in the
Approach,
Previous game.
drop, fly, grovel, or halt.
previous 2014, it was those were suggestions. And if you choose something else, then you're basically just leaving it up to the DM to decide how it affects them. But
I don't even see it in here.
Page 251.
251.
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within
No,
range.
no,
The
no,
target
no.
must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. Choose a command from the options. Approach, drop.
Oh,
Grovel.
choose the command from the
so-
options. Approach, drop,
Yeah.
flee, grovel.
Because sleep is a separate spell. You'd have to cast
Right.
sleep.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
it was just one of those things that 2014 mentality.
Yep.
Yep.
That's all right, man. So, yeah, you'll have to change your command word.
In that case,
Grovel.
I mean,
Please let me go. Please.
That's funny.
as much as I would like to see TJ grovel, it's more along the lines of trying to get him to stop. So I'll go with just as he's about to step away, halt,
There you go.
and then ask Ferric, come on, help me move him over.
Does that freeze me? What does halt?
On
It just stops your
turn,
actions
yep,
and bonus
for the
actions.
turn, yeah. Your target doesn't move or takes no action or bonus action. Yep, for that
Make it again.
Doesn't move.
10, 12
Take-
seconds, you'd stand there frozen.
Well, how long is duration is instantaneous.
That's casting it instantaneous,
Right.
Yep. And it just says on its turn, the target takes no action or bonus action.
Right, so I just stop.
For a turn.
Yep.
For a turn.
Yep,
Okay.
and that
So
gives me
10,
enough
12
time.
seconds, you stand there, yep.
That gives me enough time to nudge Ferric and to just tell him to grab an arm and walk him over to sit him down where we were.
Okay. At which point you come out of it, they're leading you back to your.
I shake him off and I say, do that again and you'll regret it. I'm going down to take a look.
We
They won't know I'm there when all they see is a goblin
why would they only see a goblin?
because I have talents that you don't. And I walk off.
Do I hear any of this?
Nope, you're sleeping.
Okay.
And I try sneaking down the mountain again.
And
And I whisper back, don't even think about it.
I'm really tempted to cook your ass.
Okay, give me a stealth check. As you make your way back down the mountain.
Oh, that's much better. It's 23.
All right, 23. As TJ slithers off into the night, Ferric and Trevor remain on watch while our remaining 3 adventurers are fast asleep. And with that, we will take our break. We will be back shortly. Please stay tuned. And welcome back. I just want to reiterate that if you go to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TM2 Studios, give us a follow. Once we reach 50 followers, we will pick a name and give away a brand new 2024 Player's Handbook. Up for grabs, people. All you have to do is click a button. All right. Back to it. Where we left off. Trevor and TJ having a little
Family squabbles.
little differences going on here.
Difference of opinion.
DJ has managed to sneak away into the night. And you have made your way down the pass towards
Towards the cave,
the cave.
slowly.
Slowly. What was your stealth roll again?
23.
23. All right. As you approach, again, the cave of the mouth of the cave entrance, the mouth of the cave
Yeah.
is, again, away from you, right? So
Right.
you can see the light emanating out the mouth of the cave. And every now and again you see, maybe it's a flicker of the flame, could be a shadow of somebody moving. It's hard to tell.
Right.
So,
I don't want to come down on top of it. I want to come down like off to the side of it.
sure.
You know, I'm not going to jump down in front of the open of the mouth.
Right.
Break your ankles.
So again, as you come down, which would be on the left side of the,
Yeah, if the cave's here,
All
I'll
right.
probably come down this side.
it's open grassland, so not really much to hide. And so just be aware
Okay.
as you approach.
Do
How
I
far do you want to get from the cave entrance?
uh,
First off,
down to probably 20 feet?
20 feet? Okay.
Well, I would have come down from the mountain.
Oh, sure. I
You
get
know,
what
20
you're
feet
saying,
away,
yep.
at least 20 feet away.
Gotcha.
Once I get down on the flat ground, I cast Disguise Self.
Oh. And you disguise yourself to look like
A goblin.
a goblin, just any normal goblin.
Goblin,
All
yeah.
right. It's a goblin you've seen
Yeah, somebody I've seen before.
recently, or
Or stuck
one
the
of the
knife
dead
into,
ones.
or-
Yeah. Sure. All right.
And
You
I just want to walk up and
transform into a goblin. As you approach 20 feet out, it is not flickering light, but there is movement within just the mouth of the cave. Can you hear talking? Do you speak goblin?
no, I do not speak goblin.
So you hear gibberish
Right. Okay.
as you approach.
I'm not just walking in, but I'm
Sure.
trying to see how many there are, you know, kind of,
Trying to ascertain.
yeah, you know, kind of sneaking out a bit, looking in. That way, you know, somebody sees me, it's they see another goblin, not.
Sure. Can you peek around?
Yeah.
As you peek around, you see 5 goblins standing there. They're kind of talking, but one of them does notice you peek and says something in your direction.
I step back.
And you hear some more loud. As one of them starts moving towards your direction.
I start. I start walking along the grass to the north.
Okay.
along the, the mountain range, but not going up, but straight away.
Okay.
Kind of like I'm on patrol or something. Like the guys when they came walking up to us.
Two of them start to follow you as they keep
Keep walking.
calling out to you.
Keep walking.
Their pace quickens. As they are now shouting. In what you would assume is goblin talk language.
How far back are they?
10, 15 feet. I mean, literally, as soon as you poke around the corner, they started walking out. And as you started heading out, they started following you. And as you kept going, they were trying to get your attention. And as you kept ignoring them, now they are starting to chase you.
I have options.
Yep, you do.
I have options.
You do.
Um, you said they're 10 to 15 feet behind me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Drop a fog cloud on me, myself, right where I'm standing.
Please read the spell.
You create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. Range is 120 feet. The sphere is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a strong wind, such as one created by a gust of wind.
Sure.
Duration is concentration up to 1 hour.
Does it just stay stationary?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not something I can move.
Gotcha.
I mean, it'll stay there until I drop it, or like I said, a strong wind, such as one created by gust of wind,
Right.
disperses it.
Gotcha.
And by heavily obscured, they basically mean everybody inside, or if anybody was, they have the blinded condition
Gotcha.
while trying to see something in a heavily obscured space.
Jesus.
So you in-cloud them.
Sort of.
Blinded, can't see.
That's when you use your disguise self again to become a zombie.
Psychological warfare. My
Fog cloud erupts around you.
I take off running.
Okay.
Couple dashes to get way ahead of them, and I drop the guy. I drop the disguise
Gotcha.
once I get out of the.
You were successful in eluding them. As you take off, booking it. Left them in a fog cloud. They don't know what to do. They eventually find their way out, but do not see you.
Okay, I return back to camp.
Is it still our watch, or
So you're
how long has that been?
Gone.
half hour, 20 minutes. Not that
This
much.
guy's self only lasts an hour, so. And thankfully, it's not a concentration spell.
Back.
Give me a perception check from where you're at. We'll see if you can see this unfold.
All right. Nah.
No, well, you missed it.
Nah, I'm thinking of the next thing.
Good.
Okay, is it scaly?
I worked my back.
You
way
work
back
your way back
up to the cab.
Yep.
Call
up
it a
to
night.
the-
It told me what I wanted to
Yeah.
know, that there are people in there 24/7. So, yeah, I burned 2 spell slots to do that, but I got the information I wanted.
You're about to take a long rest, so
Next time I'll disguise self on the, or can I do that? Disguise self, I think, is only on me. I think I looked this up once before.
I think it is only self.
Mm-hmm.
Self-inflicted.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, range is self.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about, I remember I looked this up before. 'Cause I was thinking about doing it to the one person that does speak Goblin in the group.
AKA me.
So
All right, first watch goes by. Who's anybody else on second watch? Joshua?
Yeah.
All right, give me a perception check.
Oh, 14.
14.
Much time has passed.
Your trance is now over.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna, because it's over and I'm got my long rest in already, I'm just gonna go hang out with Joshua.
Okay,
Sit with him.
sure.
as Joshua takes over, I'll just turn to him and go. By the way, TJ went out.
Okay. Well, he's back in one piece, and there's no goblins around, so.
Must have missed him coming back in. Keep an eye out for goblins. And I'll just go into my trance.
So 14, and I look down into, like, not into the cave, obviously, but, cave mouth. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on, or,
Again, the entrance to the cave is beyond your sight.
yep.
It's facing the same direction that you're looking, so. But, yeah, goes by uneventful. No goblins. Come patrolling in your direction.
Where we are on top of, essentially, the cave mouth area, are there any, like, boulders, large rocks, anything like that?
Uh,
Small rocks?
I mean,
Rocks?
I mean, there's rocks in general. As far as like maybe a boulder, not in this location.
All right.
No.
Like, if I were to, like, is there anything where, like, I can, like, reach down and just hit somebody with it? Probably not.
Like just a rock, a
Like a-
hand. Sure, there's plenty of those.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna grab a handful of those.
Handful
Put the-
of rocks.
Handful of rocks, just put them in my sack.
You got a sack full of rocks.
Yep.
Better than a sack full of pillow.
Yep. Can we just call it 10 or 5? It's up to you.
Roll a d10. We'll
Roll a
see if we
d10.
can-
All right. Where are you, d10? Swear. You know what? I have 2 more rocks then. Oh, 5.
Nice. There you go. Yep. Five nice hand, like a softball size.
Yeah.
You got 5 of those.
Hey Joshua,
Hey.
mind if I hang out with you here?
No problem.
So much. I have a question for you. Are you 100% sure that? So we know that Ferric told us that there was a barbarian person that they were bringing to this cave, escorted, probably by White Wolf. I mean, it's easy to assume it's your father. Are we 100% sure it's your father? Because it has the identity of this person.
What was it again? I'm gonna correct you right there. My father isn't a barbarian.
Okay,
He is half my size.
gotcha.
Yes.
So, because I thought the person we were escorting was a barbarian-looking person.
No, he said he looked like me,
Okay,
facial feature wise.
is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay, so I misheard. I just wanted to clarify because I'm
His
happy.
exact words were, "He looks like you, but smaller."
Got it.
Like my father is a lean man, but he's not a large man.
Well,
But-
for the sake of it, I hope we can get him rescued and help him get his what life he can have left back at some point.
I just hope they
I
didn't
hope
do too much for him.
And I
And
hope
I'm-
he's psychologically okay too. Absolutely.
He's a tough guy. He's been through a lot. I'm gonna look down in the cave. What he would know about being this far north. I mean, he's told me the typical bedtime stories. Stay out of the out of the whispering glade. They'll chew your toes off. Oh no. Well, now I believe him. But
Yeah, after that encounter, those
toes are at least my worries. But anything he knows about being this far north, I don't know. You know, he's a working man. You know, transports stuff in and out. Goes to the mines every now and then. You know, the Blackstone mines. But what on earth would he be doing this far north? And for the aside from when he rages, Zagon's gonna see him actually Joshua actually sit there and contemplate. Because most days, unless he's in dangerous, he's like, "The hell are we talking about?"
Yep.
But it's the first time you've seen him focus,
Yeah.
and he's looking down to the cave like, "What the hell is going on here?"
This is the first real conversation I've even we haven't even hardly had one, but I just haven't had a chance to talk to you much
Me neither.
over our adventures. So I'm glad that you have your father, and
Thank you.
that's something that I don't know if my father and mother. Do you know what happened? Did I ever tell you what happened to mine?
No.
Yeah, my father and mother, they died in a fire, and
Oh, no.
I
It's
saved a
tragic.
bunch of villagers out of a fire long time ago. We're going, I don't even know, I don't remember the exact time frame, but and then unfortunately they were not able to be saved, and so I was just raised by people that I saved and helped pull out of the fire, kind of I guess I'm an orphan, but I also have people that I would call my parents at the same time. I wasn't a straight up orphan where I was very well fed and taken care of by the people that I helped save.
You're a strong man's guy.
But it really it helped shaped a lot of my outlook on life and things. But I also unfortunately was not very well educated because none of them knew like much about just math or writing or things along those lines. So my education's not the best. I try. But
No. The only thing I know about is smithing and glasswork and things I can do with my hands. Put a book in front of me, I'd be lost. So,
we're in the same boat on this one, man.
yeah, we're a
I
lot
can
alike.
relate to you on that one.
No.
And then when we fight, we just want to smash and kill things.
We go all in.
It's awesome.
Yeah. No, I'm very grateful for my parents, so
Yeah.
I can get my dad back in one piece.
What about your mom? What's up with your mom?
She's at home. She works as a maid. I never grew up with a lot. I didn't grow up with a lot, which is normal in Blackstone, but some folk, not all, from Shady Hill, they tend to put their nose up at us, so they just,
I
yeah.
that's what I say to that. But,
No.
well, it's for your sake. I hope we can get your dad out of this. And honestly, if we can get him out, he could probably give us some good intel on the going ons of the goblins.
Oh, I get first dibs. There's a
Absolutely, yes.
from what Farrick told me, he knows something about this cave, and if he knows, I need to know.
Yeah.
There's no secrets in my family.
I will not interfere with you. You will get first dibs when you're.
You may see me slap my father. I will be 100% honest with you.
Slap him.
He lied to me.
Slap him.
What is going on up here? I need to know. You're risking your life. You're risking my life. You're risking my mom's life over something we didn't know about.
Interesting.
Wait, do I know about this? Has he told me about being in the north?
No, yes.
Yeah, so this is like it's a mix of being scared and pissed. It's what are you doing up here? So no, I love him. I'm gonna give him a big hug, make sure he's safe, and then I'm gonna strangle him because what are you doing up here? This was never a first safe place to begin with, and now there's goblins everywhere. And that White Wolf character,
Yeah, I hope we can
and
interrogate him.
I need to know.
Hope we can get him. We need that
Well, you know
guy.
what?
You and me, we got to make a pact here. We got to tell the others when we can. We need White Wolf alive. We cannot kill that man
No.
or that person. It might be a woman for all we know. But we need White Wolf alive. We got to make this crystal clear to the others. Do you agree?
I do.
So we can interrogate and get information if we
And
have.
also, he needs to answer for his crimes.
Yes. So tomorrow in the morning when everyone's up, let's try to remember to bring that to the others.
Right. I'm glad we had this talk. We're a lot alike.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. Hopefully more in the future.
More in the future. And I go back and look down at the cave, just what the fuck. Also, point of order, like, this is the second time someone has mentioned to me about their parents. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yep.
I'm not mad. It's just how it is.
Great.
Oh, you might only have one more.
Hey, baptized.
Yeah, so your watch goes by uneventful as you carry on your conversations. Morning comes, everybody take their full long rest. Yay.
Much needed after our mini triathlon.
Mhm.
Oh, I had to get my
Well,
Mm.
uh, that was. Anything go off on your watch?
Nope. Same old, same old.
morning.
Morning.
Morning. I'm gonna go over to the cave lip. Not the cave lip, but the overlook. Keep my head down.
Mhm.
You know, Trevor, I can see what you like about Joshua. He's a good man. Has flaws like the rest of us, but he's a good man.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why we got along, or we can stand each other.
I hope that have the opportunity to have a good conversation with you sometime.
I'm always around.
First of all, I can hear you. Second of all, I don't stand you. I don't tolerate you. I actually liked you. Like you. If I tolerated you, I treat you like that asshole back at Copper Arms. Bastard.
Not even referring to him by name now, huh?
You forgot his name, didn't you?
I did forget his name.
I just want
It's in the notes.
I just want to.
It's in here somewhere.
I just wanted to pass the word along. Joshua and I were talking last night, and we need to, if we happen to at some point get a hold of White Wolf, we cannot get crazy and start stabbing and murdering and
Dang it.
killing things, killing.
No, we need him
We
alive.
need him alive. I don't think you're gonna have a problem with that. You are the least. You seem pretty reasonable, considering our last experience in Blackstone or Blackstone.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right.
But we need to get this point across to TJ and Shava for sure.
So you're okay killing a whole bunch of goblins, but the moment that a non-goblinoid creature comes into play, you want to capture him.
Oh no. If I had it my way, I'd smash his head in. But he is going to know a lot more about the operation since he seems to be leading the operation.
I don't deny that, but look at there are 6 of us.
Yes,
Look out there.
I'm aware.
There are hundreds
That's
of
why
them.
that's why we're up here.
Yeah. How do you plan on knocking White Wolf out, getting him alone to interrogating him, and getting out alive?
TJ always knows. He'll figure it out.
I believe I've read briefly while you were healing at the church one time. Suni has a passage about this exact situation. We turn up.
You do know that there's more to that than just the two words, right?
Nope, I read that single passage. I didn't even really read it. I glanced over it because scripture was open at the time as I was walking out, and I was like, yeah, that one.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of context behind that than just that
Nope,
two-word
turn up.
passage.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a verse next to it. I didn't read that.
Yeah, there was, buddy. There were quite a few passages after that.
Oh, we'll figure it out later.
As I walk over to Dagon and tap his shoulder. Good morning.
Oh, hey. Did you sleep
Oh.
good?
Slept great.
Good to hear.
What about you?
Anything happen on your watch?
I wasn't on watch.
Oh, you weren't on watch.
No, I
thought
wasn't.
You were for some reason. Okay,
No.
never mind.
You were too deep in your meditation to
Yeah,
see that I was quite sound asleep.
I was so deep into it that I actually don't remember what I was meditating about.
Marcus.
Sometimes I do remember, but a lot of times
You don't.
I don't. Just get into the zone. And
No, I get it.
do you ever? What about you? Do you ever go into your trance state?
Sometimes.
I
Not
haven't
always.
seen you do it yet.
We'll see. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. As I look over at Joshua and Trevor, anything happen? No?
Not really.
Okay.
TJ went out on patrol.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
TJ? Anything happen or?
I think he's still asleep.
Oh, well, let's wait till he wakes up. See if he has a report for us.
He's probably going to be a little bit testy. So, just fair warning.
Testy.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
Why do you think it was me?
I'm just wondering, like, was he testy towards you? Did he say something? Or no? Did you say something?
Hey, it could have been me.
I said a word or two.
I mean, it wasn't, but
A
it could have
word
been.
or
I
two?
mean, it could have been me, but he didn't really talk to me, so I don't think it was me.
I said a word or two.
Word or two?
And Ferric can account to it that I tried to keep him here on site because it was going to be risky without any
I look
surveillance.
as I look over at Ferric. Is he telling the truth?
Eric's just eating some jerky out of his pack.
Is Trevor telling the
Something
truth?
like that, yeah.
Sorry. Continue on.
Okay.
Do we let
Breakfast. It's
do
all.
we have any agenda this morning? Do we want to just wait till TJ wakes up and then,
Well, I
or do we want to
would
wake
like
him
to
up?
hear what if he discovered something last night.
If he's testy, maybe we should let him sleep so he can sleep off that.
I
Well,
want.
attitude.
obviously, and then I would want to hear what he saw.
I want
If
to
he
see who
saw
comes.
anything.
I want to stick with the
Are they
written
making
plan.
this big of a commotion? Really?
It's
I
us.
mean, talking, sure. Is it enough to wake you up? I'll leave it up to you to decide whether it's enough to rouse you from your slumber.
Yeah, it is.
Crap.
As you lay there,
You know, you guys are all a bunch of assholes.
listening
Sorry.
to him. He's
Well, I
kind of
know.
testy. He's gonna be good at testy in the morning.
The only person I'm going to be testy towards is Trevor.
Really?
Huh?
Well, there are at least 5 goblins on guard duty at the entrance to the cave at night. There could be more during the day for all I know.
Hmm.
Were you caught?
Nope.
Okay.
If I was
That's
caught,
good.
would I be back here?
He's got a
I mean,
point.
you could have
You said that they would have spotted a goblin if you were spotted.
Yep. That's what I
Were
said.
you spotted?
I'm back here, ain't I?
Not my question.
That's the answer you're getting.
Well, good job. Good job scouting. Appreciate the intel.
Were they just posted for watch? Were they armed? Did you get a look?
Didn't get a good enough look. I just saw that there was 5 of them and said, okay, I'm back now.
All right. That's fair.
And they were right at the entrance?
Yep.
Directly at the entrance? So you don't know if there
Just-
was any on the other side of the entrance?
Well, they were just inside the cave.
Got it.
They weren't standing outside, were they? They were just inside.
Just inside.
Just inside.
And there's potentially, you obviously don't know if there's, unless maybe you don't think there's any other goblins beside those 5.
Well, there
did
could
you?
be ones deeper in. I mean, the thing's lit up like a Christmas tree.
What's Christmas?
What's a tree?
The world you live in.
I'm gonna light him up here in a second.
You seem to forget just what titillates between an idiot and an asshole. You don't know which one you're gonna get.
I cast light on Trevor's head here in a moment. With as lit up as it is, something's going on inside the cave 24/7. So, would be my guess.
We have no idea what it is.
And if you saw 5
Nope.
if you saw 5 at the entrance, like you said, who's telling who's?
Yeah,
How
that was
many
at
now?
night. So how many are there during the day? Could be far worse.
That being said, I don't think it would be too bad to spend a day just seeing who comes in and out.
Yeah.
And also see if we can spot your dad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Ferric, you said that he was shepherded in and out of that cave daily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Around this time?
Time varies, but wait long enough, you'll see them.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll plot myself at the ridge and see if I can spot any humans among the goblins,
Mm-hmm.
or just a large mass of people.
Do you think there's any type of scenario where we could either sneak in or ambush? Or is it too soon to tell? We should probably observe more, right?
It's too soon to tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just observe more and see
Unless
if we
there's
can
a
see anything.
back entrance to this cave somewhere in the mountains, which I highly doubt.
It's a cool, cloudy morning
Again.
again. It is that time of year,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the north up here.
Especially
It's
since
not raining,
the sea isn't very far off.
it's not snowing. But again, it is cool. And as you eat your rations and have your conversations, about 4 hours pass, gets to be close to midday, and you notice a large group coming up from the south.
Fine, large.
From what you can tell from your vantage point, it's about 20 goblins, handful of bugbears. You do see one individual who wears a white wolf cloak,
It's a
and
wolf
they
den.
have an individual who is in chains, who are they're escorting. There's also 10 to 15 other humans. And as they get closer to the entrance of the cave, you notice that about 20 goblins exit the cave in kind of a parallel fashion, kind of like to
Honor
lead them
guard.
in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as this
10 on
large
10.
group,
Jesus God.
The individual in chains. Do we recognize him?
give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. 17.
17. You do recognize him. He does not look the same as when you last saw him. He is extremely emaciated. You more than likely suspect torture. And looks quite frail with this cat. I mean, it's been a long time that they've had him.
Yeah.
And you see them lead him into the cave. And as the large group goes into the cave, goblins that came out circle them and follow back in. Yes.
So, White Wolf, is his cloak an actual wolf's pelt, or does it look more like just a cloak with a hood shaped like wolf?
I will say you cannot tell from this distance.
Okay.
Maybe once you meet him face to face, you could ask him.
Is
so real.
And then
That thing, I want to see it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's pleasure. Yeah. Okay. That's
all right. And then one more question before we move on. Does White Wolf seem to be carrying anything aside from the chain? Like, too far to tell? If he has a weapon of any kind?
Give me a perception check also.
All right.
Can I
Maybe it's a distance.
assist
Sure.
with advantage?
Oh, thank you. Not that it helped. I'm too focused on my dad. It's like, damn.
I mean, it's been a long time since you've seen him, and to see him in this condition,
Like,
yeah.
sad and angry
Yeah.
all at the same time.
Yeah. And so they all enter the cave.
All right. What time of day is this?
It's roughly midday.
Midday?
Varric turns to you all and says, "See what I mean?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a large horde,
Mhm.
large gathering.
I mean,
I look over at TJ. What do you want to do?
I have no idea. This many, I have no idea.
Is there any way we could go to another town and recruit people?
We don't have time for that.
No.
And there's not there's no way we could gather enough people to take on this size of a community.
So everything we do is gonna have to be stealthy and sneaky somehow.
Yeah.
I definitely think we need to ambush them in small groups somehow. Like maybe we can somehow get them separated if they're gonna be these large groups. Maybe there's a way to separate them somehow. I don't know how, but
That's
Yes, the problem is I saw 5 at the front entrance. There's 20 that came out. So that means the other 15 were somewhere in the cave.
that was only 20 goblins. There were
Yeah.
also a handful of bugbears.
Well,
And humans.
that's not even, I'm not even talking about the group that came up from Grimsby. I'm talking what came out of the cave itself. 20 came out of the cave.
That was at night.
Well, no, I'm talking, so
I
during
mean,
the day, did anybody come up during the day?
no.
So all 20 of those goblins had to have been in the cave all night.
And they didn't come up with any humans? Those goblins that left?
What do you mean that left?
The goblins that were leaving the cave, did they have humans as well?
Nope,
or
just goblins.
Just 20 goblins.
Just 20 goblins.
They were in the cave all night.
So now we gotta consider this. Probably the least likely chance that we're going to get overrun by goblins is in the cave.
Yeah. And that's if they don't have a way to reach back to Grimsby.
Right. That said, that's still anywhere from 25 to what? 40?
40 goblins, about 5 bugbears. How many humans?
Well,
10 to 15.
10 to 15 humans plus White Wolf.
that's just today. Remember Ferric, if I remember well. Didn't somebody mention? I don't know if my character knows this. Shoot. If I know what Ferric
The
said.
numbers always vary.
Because
Yeah.
But the numbers
changes.
vary. This
Yeah,
to me
'cause
would be
you-
one of the large groups.
Yeah, so we're not going to do anything. We don't have to do it on a day when there's going to be 40. We could maybe do it on a day when there's going to be 20.
There's not.
Or
There's no way of
something.
knowing when that's going to happen. Ferric, you said that they were random, right?
For the most part, it seems random for sure. Yeah, I mean, any given day, it could be any number. You just don't know.
So
One thing I do know though,
Mhm.
coming out, typically less than what usually goes in.
Really?
so there's even more than just those 40. We could
Yeah,
be
Or
looking.
they're getting butchered and
Or they're just leaving at a later time, but typically when they have taken your father out, it tends to be less of them.
Mm.
How less?
Again, it's
And
but significantly probably half, if not more. Again, it depends. I don't know what's going on in there. I mean, you could see 20 come out, but there could be 100 inside. You don't know.
right.
We just don't know.
How far from the cave to Grimsby? I know I asked it before, but I forgot
Right.
what you said.
It's about 3 miles ish.
So if they request aid from Grimsby, it won't be immediate.
Mm-mm.
Won't
Well,
be very long either.
I'm hoping it's not like some kind of torture factory. Like, what if they're torturing their own? You're saying goblins come in and then not all come out? Where are they
Not
going?
right away.
Then-
As someone from a mining company, cave-ins, fumes,
It depends
You know,
on what they're
people could be-
mining, how they're mining it.
people could be dying down there
It
because
could
of
be some type of sacrifice.
I
we don't know.
It
That
could
this-
also just be that they keep on piling it in, and the work hours are not going to be the same for a typical human.
Right.
So the land between here and Grimsby is just open plain,
Open
correct?
plain.
Which means someone from Grimsby would probably spot us.
The only thing I can come up with is we pick a point halfway between Grimsby and the cave. And hope that there's a small enough number that we can ambush them.
Before they get there?
Well, halfway between. That way we've got a far enough distance between the two that if it's a small enough number and we can ambush them and hit them hard and heavy and quick enough to take them. But it depends on how much. I mean,
Fair? How long would it take for you to scout out this particular area?
You mean this whole range here?
Say maybe no more than a 2 mile radius.
Shouldn't take that long.
You want some?
Depends on what's out there, though. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the only other thing I can think is if we could find a back entrance
That's my thinking.
it's somewhere in the mountain range that leads into the cave, but then we're in the cave with God knows how many trying to get to his father.
But
That may not even be a better situation.
but we would also be in a situation where we can walk in without being noticed. I don't know about you, but well, I know about you. I can't speak for everyone else, but it is going to be a hard thing to sell my presence getting in to that cave.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard sell for any of us. I just, I don't have an idea other than a back entrance or an ambush halfway between, so we're at the chances of anybody hearing, seeing, whatnot are limited, and we're far enough away from both that reinforcements would take longer than, and hopefully we could. But we're talking based on the numbers, if we're lucky at 2 to 1, 2 to 1 against.
Probably 3 or 4 to 1.
Well, that I said
Yeah.
that's
If we're lucky.
I'm hoping on the good side it's 2 to 1 with White Wolf there,
Mhm.
which we don't know what he can do. You know, I just I don't have an idea other than those two. And searching the mountains because it's going to take a while. I mean, to be able to find something, because most likely if there's a back entrance, it's on the back side of the mountain.
Not necessarily. It could be anywhere within the mountain area, depending on how they dug.
But also, it could be more treacherous. There's probably a reason they didn't dig that way.
Could be. I mean, they could have gone down rather than up for any reason.
Mhm.
I mean,
I know what
I
you're
don't
getting
know
at.
how this would work or if it would work. The other option that just popped into my head is we go get an army.
That's what I was asking before.
Yeah, but
We can't
you're not understanding the army I'm thinking of.
I have no idea. Definitely not.
I have a feeling I
It's
know.
a slow moving army, but it's still an army.
How do we get them out of the glades?
Well, that's a question. I mean, would they even follow outside the glade?
Well, Ferric did say that they don't leave the.
Yeah, but if they
Glades.
have something they're chasing,
What about the
They stopped
insect
chasing
things?
us.
well, then we moved fast enough to stay out of range to
Mhm.
get to put distance between us. But if somebody went just fast enough to stay ahead of them, but not fast enough that they left them behind, how many could you drag over here?
What about the insects? Is there a way to lure an insect hive of insects over to them as well? Get the zombies.
We
and the
have no
insects.
idea where to find those things.
Mhm.
Nobody
And-
here's a druid.
Yeah.
No, I'm a ranger. I'm not a druid.
So-
That's a high level spell. if I remember.
Yeah.
According to what Ferric said, though, they basically exist only, if I remember right, they exist only in the glades.
Right, they only stay in the glades, but if they have something to chase after, we don't know if they would actually leave the glade or not. Because we moved fast enough to stay ahead of them, to
Mhm.
put distance between us. If somebody were that had the ability to stay just ahead of them, but not leave them behind, and just get, pot shot a few of them here and there, getting pissed off.
Mhm.
That's if we only run into the to the zombies. Ferric also said that there are other things in
I
there
know,
that are
I
a
know.
bigger
Like I
threat.
said, that's the wild hair idea in my head. Otherwise, I don't have anything. I honestly don't.
I think we just wait, see if there's a smaller group, and then we decide, or we could decide how we want to do the ambush when the smaller group arrives. We don't know if it'll be a week from now or tomorrow or the next day.
That's the problem.
DM, how bad did Joshua's father look as far as sustaining that kind of health?
Give me let's see. Give me a medicine check.
All right. That was nearly an 18.
Nearly.
Oh,
I
no.
like the nearly part of that whole sentence.
Let's see. What's close to an 18?
An 18, but
9. Went
I
from
mean,
18
given you are a cleric, roll with advantage. We'll give it to you.
Thank you. Okay, 24.
There you go. I mean, for you, again, being a cleric, and you have met his father before, correct?
I mean,
Know
at
his
least,
family?
yeah, I've been friends with.
Has he been over for
Joshua.
dinner?
No, but
No.
no, my dad or my mom have come with me to go get, healing and stuff.
So, an acquaintance, right?
Yeah,
So seeing him in this condition now, yeah, he doesn't have long.
yeah.
Mm.
I'd say that. Would you say like maybe days at the best?
Days at best.
Yeah.
If it's not accelerated in some manner.
I don't think Joshua's father has that long of a wait. I think that if we don't act soon, he will probably die from that atrophy. Oh, it's
What are the chances that we die as a group, all of us together, trying to go save him in the current state?
Pretty good.
We're in a tough.
so you want to you want to forego a citizen's life in order to get more intel.
That's not necessarily it.
That's what you asked about because
I just don't want to. I don't want all of us to die.
Hmm.
That's more where I'm going with this one.
right.
Right now, I don't see how we avoid dying if we go try to save his father.
If we go immediately, odds are high. If we delay for more than 2 days, things are going to probably get even worse for that man.
I agree.
So
Not disagreeing with you.
so if we want to rescue him and get information about what's going on in this mine, Joshua's father would be the most opportune one, not White Wolf, because let's face it, how are we going to get someone that high of authority out? Convince him to tell us, convince,
Mm.
and make sure that the information is truthful. And let's face it, White Wolf was he a big guy, or was he on the like physique wise? Are we talking like heavy? Are we talking like runner's build, or
I would go on the heavy side.
okay?
I mean, given the the group he was with, he was probably larger than most.
Mm.
I mean, granted, most of them were goblins, but
But was he along the same kind of like he could actually match a bugbear in broadness or close to?
well, I mean, given from where your vantage point is, it's perceivable.
Okay. So that's even more weight.
So
Dead weight at that.
So you're trying to, you think somehow we should get his father, although being escorted by all these goblins every day. I wonder if there's a way when they're bringing him back, or two, but I was thinking if we notice that they're gonna escort him back out of the cave. It seems like he's getting escorted every day.
Yeah.
If there's a way to rescue him from like sneak up behind the entourage and then somehow rescue him,
Well,
like
that's
find through
That's
distraction
similar
without.
to TJ's plan.
That's basically what
Is that
I'm.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Halfway.
Halfway in between
If they're a
groups.
smaller group as they're escorting them back, pick a point that's halfway between the cave and the town so that
Mhm.
when shit hits the fan,
Yep.
And it's going to.
and it's going to, we have enough time. There's enough distance and time between us and reinforcements. The
Mhm.
problem is, like I said, we're most likely going to be looking at least 2-1. Not in our
Do you-
favor.
I was just thinking, so
I mean, he walked up here with 40 people almost.
Mhm.
I was thinking there's not a way to like distract him enough where we're not caught up in battle as hardcore with every single last one of them. There's a way to distract a couple. Somehow devise a plan, distract a couple, just so we can get in and get his father out, and then not have
The
to
only
fight
thing,
the whole entourage.
the only thing I can think to do, I drop a couple fog clouds. And
What's
some-
that? Fog cloud? What is that? You could do that?
Yeah.
I never.
It's an area of heavy fog.
Let's do
Wow.
it.
Could do it,
Because right now,
but then we can't see in the fog.
Right, that's the
probably.
problem. You can't see anything. So to get to him would be a challenge, but it would be a level of distraction.
let's do it.
That's
I
the
could
only-
also like blow. I have like a druid craft where I could blow like some kind of wind at them. Like that would just be like, hey, where'd that wind come from? And
Oh,
then
that's really nice.
try and distract them like real quick, and then then you could like.
How far away do you have to be
For what?
for that druid crap thing to?
I think it was 30 feet.
Yeah, so it's
It's
nice
actually
to
have to be
talk
pretty
about
close.
120.
Yeah, I know.
Let me look
well,
at. Let me look
I'm-
at. That's
I
a good
understand
point.
that,
Let me look that up. 260.
or that's good to know.
It might be 120 feet actually. Can't remember.
Your druid craft's probably similar to prestidigitation, which is probably 60 feet, if I remember correctly.
5 feet.
It is only 30 feet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, that might not work so well.
Mm-mm.
But we need to do something.
Well, worst case scenario, I could burn some stuff down.
Do you want to follow this current? Do you want to try to catch up to this current group, or like wait till they leave with them and
I don't
try
know.
and follow them?
I don't know. I don't know what's best at this point in time. I mean, he came up with 40. I imagine he's probably going to still leave with at least 10,
Which is
which is a 2-1. And if they leave with 15, it's 3-1. And if they leave with 20, it's 4-1.
Hey, Ferric, do you have any experience with this sort of thing?
somebody's having a good time.
Really great time.
Somebody's really having a good time.
At which point you go to talk to Ferric and Ferric's not there.
Makes sense.
He probably went to scout.
He went
At about
scouting
2
while we were
miles.
arguing.
I feel we need to do something now.
conveniently he's gone.
Well,
Shoot.
My dad is in danger. Those other people are in danger.
what other people?
The 15 humans.
Were the 15 humans chained?
No.
I
They
think
were willing. So, was there anything special about them? The way they were dressed? Did they look like they were a part of it?
They
Or-
look like they were part of it.
Okay.
No.
Some sort of cultish.
I mean,
Oh, never mind. I
Who
retract my
knows?
statement.
Who knows?
I don't know what's going on down there, but we need to figure it out.
one of the things that I can do is I can make it quiet. I can make it deathly quiet.
sound of silence.
We can make it so that in a certain area, not a sound will be heard, or or anything that it needs to be spoken will ever go through that area.
How big of an area can you do that in?
20-foot radius.
We have to pack like sardines, but we can make it work.
That's actually pretty big.
That's yeah.
That's
Twice the
20
size.
square feet.
Twice the size of this room.
Mhm.
oh,
Oh.
I didn't know.
Radius, not diameter. Radius. So it's a 40-foot diameter.
Yeah.
Same thing with when
Shall
you
we?
fly fog cloud. It's a 40-foot diameter. And if I can drop
In case
two
you guys haven't noticed, I'm not good at guessing distances.
Math is hard.
Math is not.
Math's hard.
Math is hard.
He's a fighter. Math's hard.
So
I,
I was thinking
One
it
too
was-
many punches in the head with the snake.
see, that's what I was hoping we would find a back way in.
Yeah.
Somewhere that, drop fog cloud in that silence and then in one area to blind everybody while we grab his father and run.
Mhm.
And just a heads up, something I can, whoever grabs his father, I can give them extra boost of speed for a little while. So
I appreciate that.
gets whoever is the person that does that, we can get him out quick. The rest of us might have to fight while the other one runs away with them.
Depending on where we do it.
No. If we do it while they're transitioning, like you said, they'll be less aware of it.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I think of is we figure out a spot halfway and wait till we get the a decent number that we can deal with.
Hmm.
I mean,
We don't know how long that's gonna take.
yeah, I understand that. I mean, I don't have a better idea.
I think it's the only idea, if you ask me. I can't think of,
Unless
there aren't really any other good options.
Unless Fair comes back with new intel, this is probably the best outlook for us.
Yeah.
To catch them while they're in transition back to Grimsby.
Looking south, what's the distance from the road to the mountains?
The road to the mountains.
Yeah, at about like what would be a halfway point, roughly.
So,
I mean, is it?
Or an intersection.
the main road that comes up from Blackstone leads right to Grimsby.
No, I'm talking
So-
north of Grimsby to the cave.
Yep. So it's not really a road,
It's just a path.
just a path.
In a clear, and
But
it's like,
whether there was cart marks or something, but
Right.
there was no road actually constructed. So it's just mainly
A path.
right.
But
Now
how-
a lot of that has been overgrown from the time that it hasn't been used. So it's mainly just open field.
So how tall is the grass then?
Like the same that we had always discussed.
Okay, so from the path, how far to the mountain?
From the path, it's actually not that far. Literally, I would say quarter mile or less.
I wonder if we could find like a lower, still stay in the mountains, but find a lower vantage point. That might get us closer to them. Joshua, what you thinking?
I think I want to get my dad out of here in the fastest way possible. I could give a damn about the cave right now. And the best way to do that is catch them when they're not expecting us.
I mean, they're more than likely not expecting us.
I mean when they're not on guard.
So as you are having this conversation, it's been a number of hours now if you've waited to see what was happening within the cave. Varric returns. Says, going off the plan that I was overhearing, you guys were discussing. If we want to catch them between Grimsby and the cave, there's a couple of options. They're not very good, but they could work. It really depends on the number of individuals that are with them, if that's what you guys want to do.
Tell us the options. What do we got?
So, about half a mile south of here, there's some bushes and it's mainly along the path that leads to Grimsby. My fear is there's two locations. One is closer to the cave, one is closer to Grimsby. I fear that if we're closer to Grimsby, that might draw undue attention.
Mm-hmm.
If things were to get loud, I don't know what your guys' abilities are. I'm just suggesting that there's a couple of options that if you wanted to ambush them, I'll let you guys make the decision on what you want to do. But from scouting it out, I pinpointed a couple of viable options. It's up to you, though. I can show them to you.
Closer to the cave makes more
Yeah,
I could
sense.
show them to
Yeah.
one of you. We could go check it out, but it's up to you guys what you want to do.
I mean, we should probably not all go at once. Just
Oh, yeah, somebody needs to keep an eye.
I'll keep an eye.
But I'd like to see the location closest here.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna,
and maybe
it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other, but having the entire town here as versus what's in the cave here is probably better.
I'm a liability when it comes to moving quiet, so I'll remain here to keep an eye on things.
I'll stay here too. I want to see what comes out of there.
I trust your judgment if you think it's a good spot, TJ. I'll stick around because I'm also clanky and lazy sometimes. How do you think, if you see it, do you think you could maybe help us plan a strategy?
Possibly, I mean, I gotta see what we're dealing with, I mean, planning a sneak attack in the open is not easy, so.
Mm-mm.
Well, it doesn't sound like it's fully in the open. If we can,
Well, that's why I want to see what we have to deal with. It's
Hmm.
I'm gonna stay back as well though for now. I'll I trust your judgment on if you think it's worth the risk or not.
I'll go with Ferric.
I'll go with Ferric and TJ as well.
All right. So Ferric leads you out down the path, and you head about half-mile south of where the cave entrance is. So roughly in distance, we're talking from the cave to Grimsby, about 3 miles
Mm.
Okay.
total distance. So a half mile away from the cave puts you about still two and a half,
from this.
two-ish, somewhere in there.
Hmm.
And he points it out, and it's literally there's a group of bushes that's it's open plain with about, knee-high grass.
Mm-hmm.
There's some bushes along the ridge here, and he suggests, well, we could wait here. At least we would be obscured, given the number. If it's low enough, we might be able to charge them from here. Again, it's going to be out in the open. We could lay down in the grass and maybe try to hope they don't see us, but again, it's not a great option, but at least we
How
would
many
be.
bushes?
It's probably, it's a group of shrubbery. Probably about, little patches. Here's a patch of, a little 5 foot clump, 10 or 15, kind of spaced out.
All along the path.
The ridge. Yeah, it's basically along the mountain ridge. So like the cave entrance would say would be like right here.
Yeah.
The mountain range kind of curves a little bit. So as the path is coming straight down, you kind of be
Okay.
right out there. It would be a little bit of a distance, but this one compared to the other one's probably a mile south, or is a mile south from here. So we'll put it about a mile north of Grimsby.
Okay.
But that one is, again, shrubbery again. We could hide. It's literally the two options that we got if we wanted to ambush them
So
coming back.
So is this path on a mountain? Is it on a ridge line? So are they single file when they come up?
So not where they come out, just basically it's open field.
Right.
So at one point, mining carts,
Right.
tracks from coming in and out of the mines from years ago,
Yeah.
carved a path, worn through, you have the ruts of the wheels going through.
Yeah.
And that is literally in an open field. Where you guys are at is more along the mountain ridge,
Yeah.
which would probably be about, I would say, 30 to 50 feet where the road would be. And there are just like sparsely grouped pairs of bushes
Okay.
where you could hide.
Are we elevated compared to the path?
Minor,
10 feet, 20 feet?
10 feet maybe.
So we're roughly 30 to 50 feet away, about 10 feet up.
Yep.
Um,
It's just depends on how close you either want to be to the cave or to the town.
Cave would probably be
Hmm.
be a better bet. Well,
I mean,
neither option.
I think either option use
Yeah, well, it's just
right. It's just
the question I have though, and I'm looking around now is if we grab his father and we head back into the mountains, because I want to get up and over the mountain as fast as freaking possible.
right.
Because I will make a commotion in the glade if these fuckers follow us. I
Unless we
will.
want to go through
Chuckles.
No, I don't want to go through the glade, but I do want to get.
Back to where the path was
Excuse me.
inside.
Without them seeing,
Oh, they're gonna know we got him. It's gonna be.
no, yeah.
I wanna. a combination of his silence, my fog clouds. Somebody grabs his father and we book it.
Mm-hmm.
Is what my current thought is.
I mean, I could be I'm pretty fast, and then if I long stride myself, I can get a 45 speed and book it.
And you've got the strength to be able to pick up somebody and carry
So I
them.
could be I could be the person to book it and get at a
Well,
40
we all got to book it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the
that's
carry if Joshua is okay with that, since I'm
All right.
super quick and speedy,
All right.
I could get a 45 speed and haul your ass with your father back up that mountain. Outpace everybody.
All right.
that's the only thing
Actually,
I can think
before
of.
I don't know if I can lock stride myself. I should check.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
You can log straight anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I could get a 45 speed. And
Yeah, 45 carrying and dashing and carrying.
I don't know if you're faster with the dash, actually.
I am, but I don't have a strength to carry.
Gotcha.
Um,
All right. So
okay, when they were,
oh, I'm not there. Shoot.
yeah,
Forget that. My bad. I
I'm just,
apologize. I forgot.
yeah, whatever.
I just realized that.
When they were escorting him up, what was their orientation? What was their,
Marching orders?
yeah, thank you. That was what I was saying. What was the marching order?
You had bugbears and goblins up front, some, and then you had a mix of humans and goblins along the sides. Basically, Joshua's father was in the middle, basically encircled by these guys, being chained, had the chain, dragging him along, White Wolf next to him, and then, yeah, just kind of a trail.
So it was like a diamond pattern or
Just circular.
circular.
More ovalish.
Mhm.
And again, there was a lot of them this time, so.
And these are only on one side, the bushes?
Yep. Yeah, that's why I said it's not the greatest, but I mean, it's an option. If this is what you guys are thinking.
I don't know what to think. I mean,
Well, I mean, you guys have seen what the options are. Let's head back and
Yeah.
we'll discuss with the group and we'll see what everybody says.
I was just gonna say I'm talking to Joshua and Trevor, and I was like, something we haven't thought of yet that I just thought of we can bring up when the others get back is what if we just turn ourselves in and intentionally get caught?
No.
We're dead.
Yeah.
Think we're dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't come across these goblins except for the few that we defeated. I don't know what they're like as a whole. But
Dead or
if
enslavement.
we surrendered ourselves, they wouldn't. You don't think they would just take us in?
Remember when we ran into the last group of goblins in the woods? Well, granted, we swung first, but
Well, that's what I mean.
they didn't seem interested in capturing us.
They
Yeah.
they rarely take prisoners, from what I can tell.
Mm.
What if we try to deceive them and offer them something?
No.
Just throwing that out there. I don't know.
No, that's a good idea. If we were dealing with,
if I knew what they wanted,
We have no idea what they are after. This is just them encamping out in Grimsby like this and constantly going to the mine is unusual.
Mm.
Heck,
And obviously they wouldn't understand us because trying to speak to them, you are right, they'd probably shoot us on sight because we
They-
don't understand them.
some of them can speak common. We've come across them. Problem is that the problem is that rarely do they want to talk. Or sorry, rarely do they want to form a conversation. They more want to be the ones talking, and you either listen or you suffer.
Well, I'm just trying to think of our options because whatever, it doesn't look like we have any good ones. Just trying to think outside the box a little bit. Which, for me, trust me, having a rare idea outside the box, take it while you can get it because it's not going to happen very often.
Well, wait for them to get back and find out. In that time, has there been any change between with Grimsby or the cave itself?
No.
Okay.
You guys return?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ferric, TJ, and Shava all return back to your locations. As I've shown your friends kind of the options that I was looking at. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Not
what
great,
you
but
think. Yeah.
there's
They're
some
not
few
great.
sparse bushes about 30 to 50 feet off the trail.
Mm-hmm.
They're walking along that could probably hide us for an ambush. I just don't know what would work. I mean, it's going to depend on how many there are.
I don't need to be too close up to the road in order to cast my spell, but
Neither do I, but
the problem is that we got a tight window.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Well, and who knows how long it'll DM question, do they have a consistent pattern of when they come and go? Like, is it same time every night when they leave?
Nope.
So the other side of it,
Varies.
okay. So we don't know. We do have a tight window, but we also could go to this ambush site and wait for hours and hours,
Days.
hours or a day. So I mean, we don't know when we're going to see anyone to come through there either.
Ferric says it's not going to be days.
Hmm.
They come in the morning ish, maybe afternoon. They'll be back. They'll be headed back by nightfall.
I say we start
Now,
moving
is
then.
it dark? Is it still light? It all depends, but they will come and go within the day.
And
They always have.
are we trying to catch them on the way
back.
back?
Back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because there's usually less of them on the way back, so
That
if we
is
can
true.
get them,
That's what you said. That is what Eric said. I don't see. I say let's just cast our die right
Yeah.
here and just do this.
I agree.
There just is not a better option.
yeah, I don't see
Mm-mm.
anything other than some way of. The problem is I don't know how this is going to work. I don't have a plan of. Okay, we're going to ambush them. Okay, what are we going to do? It's my problem.
Well,
I mean,
we can.
he said he was chained and who held the chain? Was it White Wolf? Was it
Mhm.
White Wolf held the chain? Was walking next to
Yep,
him.
you saw that as they brought him up. Yep.
You and I
don't
can
know
run up.
how. Oh, good.
I was gonna say you and I can run up. I can, for better or worse, distract White Wolf while you grab my dad.
I have hand axes. I don't know how good my aim is, but I have hand axes to potentially throw at the chains and break them.
That's
It's a long shot.
that's a long shot,
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's gonna take more than just one or two axes to
Break
But
those chains.
break those chains.
But if we can get White Wolf off of him,
Well,
Maybe we just take your father with the chains.
yeah, we're just gonna have to grab him in the chains and go and pick him up and go.
Mhm.
yeah.
I guess the only thing I think of, if it's later in the day, you two could. You said the grass was knee high.
Mhm.
How big is Joshua?
6'1".
I'm 6 feet.
So we'd have to hide in one of those awkward bushes.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. I was hoping
Well, we could lay in the grass. You
Oh.
did say there was like
it was knee
grass.
high grass. You're talking
So-
about a foot and a half
Could like
tall.
prone, couldn't we prone her? Like
We would lose half our.
Yeah, you lose
Yeah.
half your
movement.
movement on your first shot.
yeah, we need a way to distract. Give me enough time to go in and pull the father and start running back up the mountain. The rest of you are gonna have to fight more than likely while I'm doing that,
Well,
and I might have to fight too. Some
okay, you still got the gator trap?
I always do.
That's a
Okay.
good question. Let's see what kind of stuff we get.
All right. I just had here.
I'm liking this train of thought.
Yeah. I got my.
I always have gator trap.
This is going to be a terrible idea, I think, but I do have a signal whistle that goes 600 feet. So I could like,
No.
hold on. I could blow it from a way far off, like
No, I need you here.
100 feet location off.
No,
So
you need to be here close. All right.
No.
Fine.
No.
The rogue is being roguish here. What was the path like near the bushes? Was it really ruddy or
I mean, it's not well traveled, so yeah, I mean,
is it overgrown?
it's not really a path to begin with.
But does everybody walk right on the path, or are they like on the path and off the path?
Oh, are you talking like from cave to Grimsby?
Right.
Yeah,
Is
it's overgrown because again, it's
That's
been
perfect.
I understand that.
forever, right? It's ruddy because of the tracks are, put forth. But yeah, I mean, it's with them marching back and forth, it's basically just a matted down
Oh, I see.
wheel cart
Yeah.
path. Yeah.
All right. I don't know if this is gonna be. So here's my thought. Plant the trap in the road, in the path.
All right.
Try to obscure it somehow. And then if it stops them, it stops them. If somebody hits it, that's fine. The instant that happens, you drop silence on the group as a whole. You run in, grab his father. You run in and, punch, hit, do whatever to White Wolf.
I'll have to long stride my
That's
stuff before that.
yeah. How long is your long stride
Well,
last?
it'll last a long time. It's an hour.
Is it on? All right. Go in, do enough to distract him, and as you guys are coming out, I drop fog clouds to obscure their vision on the way out. And as we're moving up, if I need to, I drop another one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we head up the mountain as fast as humanly possible.
More than likely, we may have to separate.
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean, we could get separated really easily from this.
I will be much farther ahead of everybody else.
I mean, yeah, it's a possibility.
Is,
But I said it's the only thing I can come up with. I mean, literally, this is all I can think of.
is the plan to just bring his father back to
Yeah.
here, where we're at now?
No. Once we grab him, we're on a dead run back to Blackstone.
Yeah.
Yep.
over the
talking.
we're going over the mountains to get away from these guys, but we're not
Yeah.
stopping to go, hi, we're going to have a conversation. No, we're on
Mm-mm.
a dead sprint, over the mountains, down through the glade, back towards the path that we took across. Maybe we're lucky enough and find our horses. If not, we book it south, book it through the forest. I'm sorry. Book it through the forest as best we can back out to the road south and just keep moving.
I mean, we are going to be separated. That would say for sure.
Yeah, we'll try to stay together, but I'm trying to think of the trap. If they hit the trap and it goes off, drop silence. Now nobody can, speak or give commands. There'll be confusion. The two of you run in, and then the ranger and I and whoever can, lob ranged attacks.
Wow, I'm whoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trevor, the range, Shaba and myself can lob in, she and I can lob in arrows. You can lob in whatever you can lob in, until these two are on their way out. Then I drop fog cloud, or I drop one early just so I cover, part of the group, and whoever's not covered, we take pot shots at. Then when these guys are coming out, I can drop another one to blind them, anybody that's trying to follow or shoot at us. And like I said, we book it up the mountain as fast as possible and over.
Ferric, just curious. Does Grimsby house uh, any animals of burden or transport animals?
I wouldn't say animals of burden. Maybe if your horse is there.
I'm not running into Grimsby.
I'm trying to figure out if we have to worry about having them catch up to us. They could, if they have horses, they'll be on us within a couple of days if we go over the mountains. They could easily catch up to us or cut us off at the pass as soon as we get down the mountain.
I got no better option. I don't.
I know. I'm just pointing
There's
that
no
out.
way to go into Grimsby and get the horses, so to speak, because there's probably 200 of them or more there.
Unless we want to sabotage the horses.
How? I mean, we'd have to get into Grimsby. You're gonna get.
Didn't you say
I'm
that?
good, but I'm not that good.
I really, speaking of horse, this is just a side thought I had. I really wish I would have taught all of our horses to come back when I blow the whistle. That would have been awesome.
That would
But
have
I
been
did
awesome.
not teach our horses.
We're quite a distance away for that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, when we get back to the
When we get
forest,
closer, yeah.
and then blow the whistle, and all of our horses could run back to us when they hear it. But I did not teach them that.
Pretty cool.
That would have been awesome. Future note.
It's just something that we have to be aware of, that they are probably going to catch up to us within a couple of days, especially because we're going to be we are going to have someone that with us that can't move at
So-
our full speed.
Do we have to go back to Blackstone? Why don't we go somewhere where they're not expecting us, maybe? Is there a different town we could go to?
Blackstone's the
Blackstone's the
closest.
closest.
Mhm.
There's nothing else closer
Because
than
you know-
Mhm.
Okay. Would it still make sense to not go to Blackstone in a different town, even though Blackstone's the closest? What's the next closest town?
Shady.
Shady Hill,
Shady Hill.
because Moundsville is way too far.
Shady Hill
Yep.
or Lone Tree. Probably Shady Hill's closer.
Shady Hill. I mean,
Yep.
How many miles is Shady Hill?
well, Shady Hill.
From Blackstone?
No, from
Well,
where we're gonna
Shady Hill south
grab
of
his
Blackstone.
father.
Yeah.
So it's even further
It's
down.
further.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
even
further
further.
down.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's nothing north.
No.
No, it's shore.
Never mind.
Yeah.
About
So the
70 miles.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No,
No, Blackstone's the closest
We-
that we. Our
because
only
I
option.
mean, this is what I'm thinking. Blackstone already got raided by goblins, and if we steal what they deem their property, which it's not, but they view Joshua's dad as their property, which pisses me off. And then we go to Blackstone with their property. Don't you think they're gonna completely decimate the town?
They're going to do that anyway.
They've already done it once.
Yeah.
And they're rebuilding, and we're
So we've
risking-
got the fences. We've got
And this time we'll be there.
more people. I mean,
So do you really think though, based on all those goblins we just saw in Grimsby, that Blackstone can withstand a full-on goblin invasion?
They're not going to do it right away.
Mm-mm.
That's way too large of an army to move. An army moves on its stomach.
Yep.
And it's going to take them a while to get
I'm just thinking
hundreds of
ahead,
thousands,
like,
or if not thousands, of goblins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm fine with going to Blackstone potentially. I'm just trying to make sure if we do that, we're not
I can't worry about tomorrow today.
risking the entire population of the town.
Let's get it done now.
Yep.
That's a tomorrow issue. We'll worry about that when it becomes a today issue.
Yep.
Show us
True.
where the ambush spot is. Please.
I mean, unless somebody's got a better ambush idea than mine,
I don't have any ideas.
Nope.
I mean,
I'm fine with your plan.
you and I and Trevor, like I said, you know, we plant the gator trap.
Yep.
And if it just stops them, it stops them. If somebody actually gets hit by it, they get hit by it.
Yep.
These two guys run in.
Yep.
The three of us do the whole ranged thing.
Yep.
He drops the silence to help
Mm-hmm.
keep them from, commands and organizing, and confusion sets in, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully these two can get in, grab his father, knock. I don't care. He just knocks White Wolf over so he lets go of the chain, and
Yep.
then they start coming out, and I can drop fog cloud to obscure their vision
Yeah.
so they can't see us.
Right.
And we book it.
Yep. We get the
All
hell
right.
out of Dodge.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
All right.
We'll do it.
Ferric, let's take him down to the ambush spot.
And with that, I would like to just remind everybody, head on over to TM2 Studios Twitch
Make it
page
very interesting.
channel at twitch.tv/TM2 Studios.
It's Mastermind.
Give us a follow. Be entered to win a chance at a brand new 2024 Player's Handbook. Our adventurers have their plan.
Somewhat.
Do you have a card down?
It's the constable plan.
Tune in next
Oh,
week
Well, this is-
12.5%
Oh, yes.
Make the plan,
To
execute
see
the
how
plan.
well
Plan
your
goes out the plan, ignore the
plan
plan.
gets executed.
Seriously, why did
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Mike. All of us here at D20 Legends and TM2 Studios, we wish you a good night and a happy weekend.
Thank you.